Now the skill and endurance of some of the UK's toughest martial arts students are put to the test in fight school.
Morning in China. 10 of Britain's toughest martial artists have come here to fight school.
Yes, that's better. That's good.
The teachers, or shifus, will push them to the max. Over the next couple of days, they'll face rigorous challenges. One will be strongest, one will be weakest. The strongest will decide who the weakest must fight, and the loser must leave. 10 have already become 9. Soon there'll be another fight, and 9 will become 8. Last night, Ali was the weakest pupil. The strongest, Danny, nominated her opponent, Andrew. Ali won. Andrew has left the school. At breakfast, she's victorious.
At least I don't smell like you lot.
Braveheart, special nickname.
Losing is not an option. If I was Andrew, I think I'd be quite upset today. I can't really say how he feels, but I should imagine he's feeling quite down.
You have to go.
But, I mean, someone had to go out first, so it's going to be one of us.
It was weird this morning when we all stepped out and there was like 4 boys on the other side. Yeah. I was like, is anyone taking Andrew's pillow? Can I have it?
To be honest with you, I thought Andrew was the strongest competitor. And now that he's gone, I think it's left it quite wide open for anyone to win it. It's not down to size or skill, it's down to who wants it the most.
You could get past his legs and he wasn't good with his hands.
You scored more points. You were faster with your hands, you scored more points.
I hadn't done that well in the challenges, and to be told you're the weakest person before you step in the area, that just makes me think, no, I'm going to prove you all wrong. I'm going to prove everyone standing here wrong. And that's what I did. I gave it my all.
Where's Dom?
I hate to be the last guy.
Where's Dom?
One pupil's missing breakfast. Don is still in the dormitory.
I just don't feel too good. I've got the trots. So it hurts. I'm hurting real bad right now, and I just can't go in there. If I go in there and smell that food, I'm just going to puke on everyone. And I know I'm going to get a caning in a minute.
Fight school discipline is strict.
You will be punished. Come on, little warrior!
Get in. Eat your food.
Come on!
Punishment.
That's what I want to get.
The harsh regime is causing friction.
Yesterday, you were rude and disrespectful. It won't happen again.
She sort of takes over some sort of situations and doesn't let other people, be themselves. She's sort of overriding everyone.
You don't have to eat that one just because it's here. There's a meat one over there.
Oh, okay.
Is that hot, Dom?
Domenica, 29-year-old mother of 4, has appointed herself fight school mum.
In the morning, she'll always roll up our mats, make our nets and everything for us. She loves being helpful, which can tend to go on.
Can I squirt you?
She's one of them people who likes to fuss over others. She doesn't have to do it, but she is a mother, so she tends to get you your water. You all right? Let me rub that in for you.
Cheers.
Meanwhile, in the fight school peace garden, the Grandmaster's training isn't going down well with M.
We just stood there. We had to stand there and shut our eyes for ages.
Keep your spine straight and your body relaxed.
This is Qigong. It concentrates the mind to achieve greater control of the body.
Stop what you're thinking and stop what you are doing.
I could feel myself going and I thought I was just going to collapse on the floor. And then just at the end I just felt really sick and just had to go and be sick. It's stupid. I don't know what the challenge is going to be like if that was training for it.
Back in the fight school courtyard is the first challenge, a test used in martial arts schools all over China, like the one where the Grandmaster Simon Lau trained alongside Bruce Lee.
So, you will take your position.
Shifu Nathan demonstrates the horse riding stance, testing strength and determination.
You will hold.
Bowls of water are placed on the pupils' thighs, hands and heads by the other teachers, Shifu's Clive and Becky. Every bowl that drops is a failure to hold the stance correctly. Nothing's improved for M. And she's not the only one with problems.
You know, though she gave it her effort, her stance was completely wrong. She never got to grasp with it.
Sit.
2.5 minutes, and Danny drops the first bowl. For Alex and Paul, the strain's showing. Em is also still having problems.
Don't move.
Shifu Nathan came up to me and he was going, go down, go down. So I kept going down, and I kept standing up and he was going, get down. And so I was getting down and I was like, oh, I can't do it anymore.
She's first to drop out. Then Domenica goes.
Her body weight was forward when it should be central. Her arms drove forwards. Again, your arms should be out. And also, she really, really did struggle to get the stance low enough to be able to work her thighs properly, like it was working everybody else's.
Susan is next. Then Don. Just Alex and Paul are left.
It's all in your mind. There's 2 people out there who actually performed to the max.
They hit the wall and they took it the other side.
Exactly.
They went well out their comfort zone, and that's what takes you to becoming a superior martial artist.
Good man, good man. Take your time, take your time, take your time.
It's been 4.5 minutes in searing heat.
Okay?
Alex has to be carried off by Shifu Clive.
Alex, fantastic effort. His stance was incredibly deep. So deep, I had to keep saying to him, lift your stance, lift your stance.
He stuck to the stance.
Yeah.
He was just there. He was just glued. What could I say about him? He was fantastic.
Stand up. Stand up.
Paul lasts 30 seconds longer.
Pay respect to the Grandmaster.
Come on.
Paul, he stayed there. He was stuck, and he stayed there. When the ball went on his shoulder, he just stood there with him. You know, he's sitting in the stance, firm, strong, and he stayed. So what do we say is the weakest? Domi?
Domi's the weakest?
Definitely. Domi, definitely. Strongest, I'm going to give it to Alex. I think Alex went the distance. Gallant effort.
Okay, I think we can all agree on that then.
Yeah.
The challenge is an excuse for Domenica to be mum again. This time to Alex.
Domenica is the mother hen of the group.
Can you unzip me?
Because you woke up at 5.
Yeah.
Go on, Sue. I've cut it up. There's no head on this. It's just a piece of fish.
She's called to see the Grand Master.
Making choice is the most powerful things that you do in your life. Harmony comes from sharing who you are, letting others share who they are, and learning how to do that together.
Back in the dormitory, Domenica reflects on the Grand Master's words.
I thought maybe he thinks I'm sharing myself like too much, and and not letting you make enough choices, so sort of be too sort of overwhelming, too mumsy or whatever, or too bossy, and I don't see it. My gut feeling is that it's a good thing, you know, that it's, you know, because I do feel that, I don't feel I'm being too mumsy-ish. I do miss my family, and I am glad that you let me mum you. Oh. Group hug. If I go, you know, if I'm getting too overwhelming, you can say, you know, we need to do some things for ourselves, or you don't need to do that, you know. That's why
After the break, the girls work out Don's big secret.
And then I was looking at him and she's got the same eyes. I'm surprised he hasn't said, actually.
More tough tests. The pupils aren't trying hard enough.
Strike it! You don't need a pad like that, do you?
And what's on the menu for dinner?
That is a beard's head and a beard's claw.
I had a bit of a Sherlock Holmes moment the other day.
Em has discovered a secret.
You know that Don's second name is Class? Yeah. You know Hearsay? Yeah. Well, I was just thinking before... Me and Ali were sat together in the dorm and I was watching Don through the window and I was looking at him. I was thinking, oh, his surname's Class. And I was like, oh, Mylene from Hearsay's surname's Class. And then I was like, they look quite similar. They've got the same eyes and everything.
Don's sister Mylene was a member of Hearsay, the first group created by the TV series Pop Stars.
Did you ever watch Pop Stars? Yeah. And I remember Mylene was playing the piano and her second name is Class as well. She was playing the piano and her brother was in the room.
You've made it to the final 5.
He didn't once come up to us and say anything about, you know, his sister or anything, and that is so modest of him and humble of him not to brag or anything.
Then again, maybe Don just doesn't want anyone to know. Three in the afternoon. The pupils have already been training hard for 10 hours, and there's no let-up from Shifu Becky.
If I have to tell you guys one more time to dress yourself properly when you're in your uniform, I'm going to get very upset. I don't mind it when you're relaxing around, but when you present yourself in front of the class, then you should be dressed properly. Okay, bow in, please. The next exercise is going to relate to the Shaolin poles.
Shaolin poles. They date back to the dawn of martial arts and have become a vital training tool for Shaolin monks. Each one is a different height. They're used to test agility and aim.
This is all we've got here to use to practice. Just move across, get used to it. It's not as easy as it looks.
For this challenge, the poles have added complications.
One by one, when given the order, you will come to this corner. You will negotiate your way across the poles.
The pupils must work out the best route across the poles, touching those with the black tops, but nothing else.
To make the exercise more difficult, we will be using the bags. This is for your visual awareness. Be very, very careful not to be struck by the bags.
For this challenge, the poles have added complications.
One by one, when given the order, you will come to this corner. You will negotiate your way across the poles.
The pupils must work out the best route across the poles, touching those with the black tops, but nothing else.
To make the exercise more difficult, we will be using the bags. This is for your visual awareness. Be very, very careful not to be struck by the bags.
Don's first.
3, 2, 1, go! Good. Now
I don't think it really takes that much. I just think you need big feet.
Good. Be light on your feet.
In fact, Don misses a black pole.
I wasn't too worried about missing any of the stumps out. because they have got like black paint on them. They'd be pretty hard to miss.
3, 2, 1, go!
Will Danny do any better?
Excellent, concentrate. Nice, land your feet. Watch the bag.
I had actually missed the pole, so I didn't even know. So I'm like, but nothing I can do.
Watch for the right moment.
Danny goes on to miss a second black pole.
Very nice. Excellent. Thank you. Go!
I think the boys just absolutely charged through and tried to, do it as quickly as possible with as much flair as possible, but because of that, they missed some of the black poles. Sorry, guys.
Everything she's saying is right.
You're a loser.
Domenica's next. She was weakest in the last challenge. Now's her chance to get back.
Go! Good.
Pupils must not touch anything except the Shaolin poles. Domenica hasn't realised.
I was very pleased with my performance. I managed to go on some of the higher poles as well.
With her background as a dancer, this test of agility should be a walkover for Em.
It's quite difficult to get your balance and stuff, but on the higher ones it's quite intimidating because you are quite a bit off the ground. You can't judge the height of them from looking at them from the top because you don't know how low or how high they are going to be. I was thinking, oh, looks good, everyone's doing really well, and then I fell off.
Em's the only pupil to come off the poles.
But yeah, it's harder than it looks.
Dinner. Food in fight school is an acquired taste.
All your meals are balanced with all the nutrients you're required to get yourself through fight school. So it's important that you eat what you're given.
We've had duck heads. Danny, what are they?
It's pig's legs. Seriously, pig's leg.
In comparison, tonight's braised fish in red sauce shouldn't seem so bad. But Emma isn't coping.
Fish that looks like that.
The food's awful, but I'm really fussy with my food. I knew it was going to be a problem. I don't like very many vegetables. I don't like stuff with sauce on. There's a few things there that I like.
What do you eat back home? Pasta, yeah, potatoes, meat, with no sauces and stuff.
A fail-safe for most pupils is the fruit.
Oh my God, we've got a full melon!
I don't like fruit that much.
So she's basically been living on rice.
Rice.
Rice? They got basic rice. Look at my chips. Let me have something without loads of spicy stuff on it, or tomato stuff on it, or something like that.
She's not struggling as much as I thought she would.
Good, Emma. Keep punching. Keep going.
She must just be a really fit girl anyway.
Come on. Bring those up.
I've still been able to perform as much, you know. I'm not necessarily weak, but I'm getting tired a lot easier than everybody else, I think, now.
Word of Don's secret is spreading.
Don's sister's my lead from hearsay.
Right, I don't know hearsay. I know a singing group.
So you can go see what
did they sing?
Pop stars.
Oh, hearsay. Oh, which is she? Is she like...
Well, it looks
The
like
one that
Don.
looks like Don with long hair. There's only a blonde one, the dark one.
It looks like Don.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
a bit image John.
Yeah, I have seen them.
He's never mentioned it though, really, has he?
I have to ask him about that now.
The fourth day in fight school.
One's going home tonight. Don't make it be one of you lot, will ya?
Don and Danny take training to the extreme.
We'll tie them up together. This is so gonna explode.
They need all the practice they can get for the next challenge. Like everything in fight school, it requires training and supervision, and is only for hardened martial artists.
This task is called iron palm. It is used for conditioning the hands for breaking techniques.
The barrels are filled with water and ice. Once again, the pupils have to take the horse riding stance. Will it be better than yesterday? Domenica couldn't get the right posture, and though Alex lasted, Shifu Clive had to carry him off.
And strike the water with your palm. In circular motion, remove your hand and strike the water with the back of your hands. Remove your hands. Right hand starts first, circular motion, strike the water. My time.
It was not just just tapping it, but really going right through it and going down and right through, you know, giving it every single strike is putting everything you've got into it.
The challenge will go on for 15 minutes. The Shifus keep the water freezing cold.
I felt like I could have hit it harder, but I was trying to reserve my pain, if you like, because I knew that it was going to go on for ages and ages.
And I have to say, Ali really, really let me down. I think when I watched the technique, you know, it was like she was kneading dough, and I was really disappointed with that. There was no effort.
Had she said to me, you know, hit it harder or I'll take you out, I probably would have done, but she didn't.
The weakest would have to be Ali, because she made no effort.
I think I was pulled out on technique. I was very disappointed because I knew I could have gone a lot longer.
Check your stance, Damie!
It's a sad decision at the end of the day.
Okay, stand up, Alex. Good effort. Excellent effort, well done.
I realise you've been whacking bits of ice because it's numb and frozen, you can't feel it when you're doing it. Suddenly you can pull them out, it's like being hit by a car with your hands.
Finally, it's down to Don and Danny. Danny has to quit.
Stand up, young man. Excellent effort, well done. You want to face the Grandmaster? Pay respect.
It's like when you're at school and someone spanks you with a ruler, like that.
Yeah.
But then times the ruler,
That's exactly
way
it.
about.
Danny, his stance, he was solid, didn't move. For me, straight away, strongest player of the game.
I also think that Don was strong. Those two were locked tight for me. I
really enjoyed watching those two work.
Those two were
It was just total adrenaline.
I cannot separate them.
Total adrenaline, total focus.
It's a close call, but Don wins. Danny's failure is worse because his efforts have left him with a problem.
The pain didn't kick in until after I was pulled out, and that is when you realise that it was hurting so much because you're not focused anymore.
Can you still not bend your hand?
Not really.
No.
It feels like
Yours is well swollen.
Yeah.
Lunch doesn't only meet with Emma's disapproval.
Oh, the truffle heads and everything in it. What is this? Mushroom.
No.
That is a bird's head and a bird's claw. It's the first thing that just pulled out.
No, actually.
No, it is. I can see the eye and the beak and everything.
That's a bird.
Is it a bird? Is it yeah, look at it. That's a bird's head and a bird's foot.
You can't say that any of your meals have been boring. Apart from Emma's, of course.
This meal has no risk of being boring. Don's secret is about to come right into the open.
Hey Tom, the girls told me today that your sister's the one from here, so I didn't know that. How old is she?
24.
24. I bet you're really proud. How does she feel about you coming on this song? She's not worried for you, just excited.
Yeah.
So when they said your sister was in hearsay, I worried that it was the one with the kids because I didn't like her.
Is he from hearsay?
The one that looks just like Don, basically. Look, imagine Don with long hair.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The atmosphere can be cut with a knife. Though all the girls knew, Domenica gets the brunt of Don's extreme reaction.
What am I meant to say to that? I mean, people are going to be watching this thinking, yeah, maybe he just got into fight school off his sister's name. I don't expect to be put in that position here. It wasn't fair.
The next challenge, and Don's in fighting form. The bow staff is one of the weapons used in his martial arts style, wushu.
Focus on a point and let nothing, but nothing, come between you and striking the target.
Don uses the staff to break rice paper hoops, which keep getting smaller.
Attempt the moving target.
Yeah, I think everyone expected me to be good at it just because I can move a stick. None of the games are really easy. Everyone went out there with like equal chance, really.
Susan takes her turn.
That game is basically about technique, focusing on one part, one tiny, tiny point, and you just got to get right through it. But I did absolutely awful on that. A bit disappointed.
Em is next. She's not performed well in the last few challenges. This is important.
Not a lot of us had had any weaponry experience at all, so I think we should all be quite proud of ourselves.
I'll give you one more attempt.
None of the pupils have broken all the hoops. Only Danny has an excuse.
That game was quite difficult for me because of my injured hand from the ice game previously. The game itself is really hard, and this on top was even Mission Impossible, basically.
But Shifu Clive proves even the smallest can be done. The challenges are complete. Soon the Grand Master will decide. The pupils will be told who is strongest and who is weakest.
I hate this though, because when you're waiting now for the weakest and the strongest, it's just nerve-wracking. Especially last time he tapped me on the shoulder. Said, you have courage. Honest to God, your face drops and you're just thinking, oh, your stomach turns over, it's horrible.
The Shifus head for the Grand Master's room.
I don't want to fight at all tonight. I'm just going to try and hide so no one can see me, no one will pick me.
If the Grand Master announces that I'm the weakest again, I think I know my reaction to it now, and I was pretty upset. I think it's only going to drive me to win.
Grandmaster Lau, we have come to offer our opinion on the strongest and weakest pupils.
Don is excellent. He's so much fun. I really hope he doesn't go. If I'm in, I want him to stay in.
At the moment, I've got a good chance of actually getting into the strongest.
We are all in agreement that through consistency and hard work, the strongest should be.
Excellent.
However, we have a split decision on who should be the weakest. I feel it should be Em. Slightly, I feel she is uncomfortable at this time.
I believe it should be Domenica. She's underachieved and is not part of the team.
You were rude and disrespectful.
Her stance was completely wrong. She never got to grasp with it.
Check your stance, Irene!
I feel they're both at the same level. So I leave the decision up to you.
Thank you for your advice.
The fight school courtyard. 9 pupils. 1 will be strongest. Will Domenica or M be weakest? The Grand Master makes his walk of judgment. Danny missed 2 Shaolin poles and injured his hand, but he kept going. Don's got over the trots to perform well with the bow staff stance in not just 1, but 2 challenges.
You are the weakest.
When the Grand Master told me I was the weakest, I didn't feel upset at all. I saw it coming, I knew it would be me, but I don't mind, you know, this isn't catering college, as I've said before lots of times. I didn't come to make cakes, I came to fight. I love fighting, fighting's what I do.
Don, the strongest, will decide who Domenica must fight. After the break, who will it be? Don is out for revenge.
She knows what she did to me today. She couldn't look me in the eye today.
Buy yourself a ticket home.
And the Shifus get mad.
You've earned the worst punishment you're gonna ever receive in fight school.
Domenica has 1 chance of redemption. Tonight, she must fight and win to stay in fight school. Who she fights will be decided by the strongest pupil, Don. Will he want to see Domenica eliminate someone who's a threat to him, like Alex or Paul? Or will he want to see Domenica beaten? Will he even want to beat her himself?
Ultimately, it's the strongest person's decision, and it's not easy. It's not. I don't know, it's just a horrible position to be in. It's a privilege, but it's a pain.
If I was a man and I had to pick somebody for me to fight, and I wanted to make it an even fight that I thought would be fair, you know, and was a bloke, maybe feeling possibly more sympathetic because he had to pick someone against a girl, who would I choose to fight me?
Okay, Don, time's come for you to make your decision and choose who will be fighting Domi.
I didn't want to pick this person because I feel like I've grown close to them, but at the end of the day it's fight school, and I don't think we should let our emotions get in the way of what we have to do here. So I'm sorry, Alex, you'll be fighting tonight, mate. Good luck.
Well done.
Good luck, Alex.
Okay, mate.
Yeah.
Bring it on.
So glad. I so thought he was going to pick me. I hate that bit. I hate that bit. And when the Grandmaster put his hand on my shoulder, I so thought he was just going to say, "You are the weakest. Goodbye." Me and I was like that.
I really thought it was going to be me.
Yeah. What do you think about that fight? I think Alex will do really well.
Yeah, he's a really good fighter.
Mm.
And he's very controlled, you know,
Yeah.
one of the boys that I wouldn't mind fighting in the sense that I don't think he would hurt me, you know. And
out of all the boys, I prefer to fight Alex.
yeah, me too.
Are you nervous?
I'm nervous, yeah.
Yeah?
But
You should be. You better be.
She's really relaxed about being the weakest. I'd be a nervous wreck right now.
She makes me look like a crybaby because I cried my head out.
She's really...
Maybe I could have.
Yeah. You know, she didn't say she was...
I hope she's not too overconfident though, because it's a big shock to the system.
I feel bad in the sense that it's Alex because, like, I do like him, and you know, but I know that he can hold his own, so he'll be fine.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do what you have to do now.
I'd probably put my money on Alex. But last time I'd probably put my money on Andrew.
Yeah, me too.
So I'm cool about it.
Just remember,
Yeah.
that once you fall, the pressure's off you because you've done it. It's like when you go into competition and you have your first fight. The first fight's always the hardest.
Sometimes my nerves will get the better of me. If I can't come through today, I'll be quite disappointed because it is a big event. It's probably one of the biggest fights I'll probably have, and I'm looking to the World Championships. I hope to be a world champion one day. And if I can't hack this pressure, it won't happen for me out there.
I fight to win, but I don't mind if I lose if it's a good fight.
I think Alex is going to have a lot of support tonight. He can win the fight, and I think he can come back.
Okay.
Domi, I'm not too sure about. I think it's going to be quite mixed.
Thanks, mate.
She's rubbed a few people up the wrong way.
You don't have to eat that one just because it's here. There's a meat one over there.
Did I squirt you? Go on, Sue. I've cut it up. There's no head on this. It's just a piece of fish.
I think it's backfired on her a bit.
The pupils? I don't think any of the pupils want to see me go.
It can go either way, really. And a lot of people thinking, oh, it's a girl, you should beat her, but trust me, she's a very good fighter.
As a fighter, you don't want a fight that is a one-way war, that's a mismatch. Mismatches aren't good for you, they don't teach you anything.
Mitch, he's coming back tonight. He's got a long day tomorrow, so I told him not to wear himself out. He's coming back tomorrow.
I think I can beat everybody. I don't think there's anybody I can't beat. Can't beat. Can't beat. Can't beat.
The fight arena. The whole school is gathered. The Grand Master will watch over the fight and decide the fate of Domenica and Alex.
Turn and face the Grand Master. Pay respects. Domenica, you've been chosen as the weakest. Step onto the fighting arena. Alex, you've been chosen by the strongest to fight. Step onto the fighting arena.
To fight demands not only bravery, but training. Domenica and Alex will use all their experience. They must follow strict martial arts rules.
Face each other, please.
They're both kickboxers, so they share the same techniques.
Ready!
This fight will come down to tactics, speed, timing and movement. Domenica uses defensive front kicks. Alex jabs with fast-fire side kicks. It's a close first round, 2 to go.
Listen, back this reverse punch. Work rate, it's only a minute. Do you understand?
Yeah. Bring the tempo up and take the fight to him. When he comes in, boom, put in him. Boom, boom, hands on him. Back off again and wait, okay?
At the moment, I'd say Alex has slightly got the edge. He's got one head kick in. And I think he's just being a little bit more controlled in his movements.
I think Dominica's going for it. She's doing well. She's moving around a lot. She's getting her energy up.
This is a minute of your life. You take it to him. You hit him with a hand much more than he's hitting you.
When you kick, get out of there. Don't try and make it look good for you. Be fast, be quick, be slippery. Just like how you're moving, but double up your techniques.
Alex takes Shifu Nathan's advice and changes his tactics. He gets busier with his hits and moves. Domenica's trying hard to keep up.
Good, on your arms. Good. Good. On your legs. Good. Oh, good, double. Again, come on, stick and move. Good, double again. Good, double again. Good, double, good, double. Come on, move on your toes.
Alex has moved ahead, but there's still everything to fight for.
It's only 1 minute, okay? 1 minute. Start work faster. I don't want to see your lazy kicks. I want to see speed on those kicks. I want to see ba-ba-ba-bam, ba-ba-ba-bam.
He's working, his body's open. You can double your punches up. Boom, double jab.
And then come in with
head
that
body.
double kick.
You coming back,
Jump
bam,
out
bam.
and then jump in.
Alex is moving around, using the ring, putting lots of clean, beautiful techniques together. Dominica just can't get his time in. She can't get in there and deal with the kind of speed and comprehension he's got. So.
Now here's where we play a little trick. You're going to show me how fast you can hit them blitz. Ba, 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 okay? Blitz, reach and blitz, reach and move up. You got me? Yes, Chief. You will not walk off this area a loser. You got me? Yes, Chief. You will take this, won't you? Yes, Chief. You'll show me what you were made of.
Yeah, get him.
Speed.
Who stays, who goes, all hangs on the last round. Domenica has success with her punches and kicks.
And legs, good, and again. Keep going, that's it. Double. Good, double. Side kick.
But Alex is doing more.
Good, again with a side kick. Side kick. Good, again. Side kick. Again, side kick. Come on. Side kick, again. Come on, side kick. Come on. Good, again, side kick. On your toes. Good. Again, side kick. Come on. Good. Move round. Keep moving. Keep moving. Good.
Position, jabber, bow. Face Grandmaster. Pay your respects.
The Shifus discuss the fight.
Well, Shifu, I enjoyed that fight. I thought it was good control. Excellent techniques from both fighters.
Dominica done extremely well under the circumstances of dealing with a very, very talented young man. I think she should go home very proud. I gave probably all 3 rounds to Alex, but one of them was extremely close.
Clear-cut decision. Alex was too fast, too dominant. No choice.
Excellent fight by Dominica, and I again give it 3 rounds to 0.
The final verdict is the Grand Master's. He will order who will stay and who must go.
Congratulations for both of you. It was a good, clean fight. Both of you applied skill beautifully. But unfortunately, there's only one winner. I'm afraid you have to leave the fight school.
In fight school, the loser must bow to the Grand Master, Shifus, and the strongest pupil. For Don blanks Domenica, it's the ultimate martial arts insult.
If I ever see you show disrespect to a member of fight school, whether they're leaving on a plane home or staying ever again, you will buy yourself a ticket home. Do you understand?
Shifu.
Regardless of what you think of people, you will still be courteous to them and show them true respect. Next time somebody bows to you, you make sure you bow back. Is that understood?
Shifu.
Congratulations, you just earned yourself the weakest position. You better work hard over the next couple of days, otherwise you will be flying back home. I never want to see that happen again.
You have earned the worst punishment you're going to ever receive in fight school. You and your fellow colleagues.
Maybe what Don did was just maybe a bit too harsh. I feel quite sad that she's lost and now that she's gone, because really everyone really has been quite hard on her due to the fact that she has been a bit too mumsy.
Naomi said to me before the fight, she said that everyone wanted her to go. And no one really liked her. And she was a brilliant person. She just said wrong things at the wrong time sometimes. And some things were just taken the wrong way, but she had a heart for.
At the end of the fight, I bowed to everybody as a sign of respect, because we bow to the Shifus as a sign of respect, but I also feel that I respect every single person within this group, or the other 9. So I wanted to bow to each of them in turn to show my respect. When I got to Don at the end of the line, he didn't bow back, and I don't know why.
I'd be lying if I said that she hadn't ruffled my feathers, because today she did.
Hey Don, the girls told me today that your sister's torn from here, so I didn't know that. We seem to be getting on fine. I don't know. Maybe he was upset that I was going.
Boom, she drops the bomb.
I don't know, unless I've done something to upset him that I'm not aware of. No idea.
How old is she?
24.
24. I bet you're really proud.
She knows what she did to me today. She couldn't look me in the eye today. She couldn't even offer me an apology. And after all the motherly, you know, all the stuff we've been through together, you know, I'd expect more from someone like that. I feel like I have been betrayed.
It's been fun, and it's been a nightmare, basically, being here. It's the hardest thing I've ever done.
Next time,
you will lead by example.
Everyone pays the price for Don's disrespect. He thinks they're behind him.
If he stood there and did that to me, I think I'd knock him out.
Injuries catch up with Alex.
It hurts a lot when I stand, but I can stand if I have to.
And Paul faces his fear of heights on the leopard crawl of fire.
I believe the game involves walking a rope at a very great height. I don't know what's underneath.